with all the festivals that are lined up in the upcoming months, it is so easy to get off track in your health journey. And what exactly is going off track is the blood sugars. It's because blood sugar is the foundation of any health condition, because in our personal consultation also 90% of the people with metabolic issues have insulin resistance or blood sugar issues that is making them have the metabolic issues. So during the festival times, when we are eating randomly, aimlessly anything and everything which is carbohydrate rich and sugar rich, all these kind of foods is the first thing that is going to mess up with the blood sugars, and that is the main reason why you go off track. So in today's video we are going to see 6 tips that is going to help you maintain your blood sugar levels while you also enjoy your festivals happily. Now, tip number 1 is to plan your entire festive season in itself. Now, what I've seen people doing is that whenever there is a festive season, for entire month or maybe few months more, they will not be doing any healthy eating practice at all. Because if you see, festivals are only on one particular days. It's not really every day. But when it is festive seasons, there are so many festivals happening in that 1 month also. People just don't want to have clean eating habits in the gaps that each festival has in between. So number 1 thing that I want you to do is make the entire list of when is the festival day and which are the days when the festivals are not day, so that you can divide that into eating healthy and having your cheat meals on those particular days only. And second thing that I want you to do is to make the entire list of the foods that is generally made on the festival day itself. Like say for example, we have Ganesh Chaturthi in next few days. So on that day, what are the meals that is generally made? It is modak or pongal or farsans, all these kind of foods. So what you can do is you can allocate these foods only on the festival days and make sure that you are eating only healthy foods on the rest of the day when the festivals are not there actually. Now, one pro tip I want to give you here is that whenever you're going to have your cheat meal, specifically I'm talking about carbohydrate rich or which is rich in sugar, just make sure that you have that sweet as a meal itself and not along with any other thing. Like say for example, you're having lunch like roti, sabzi, dal and having a modak along with that, that will certainly spike your blood sugars because of so much load of carbohydrate in one time. So make sure that whatever carbohydrates that you're having is an extra thing like a dessert or sweets, have that as a meal in itself. Now, even if you have it as a meal in itself, it is going to spike your blood sugar. So how do you reduce that? Is by having that particular food with the combination of certain proteins or fats to not spike the blood sugar levels. So say for example, you have a modak. So modak has generally sugar in that. So you can probably replace it with jaggery, but that will also spike the blood sugar levels. So what do we do is, ghee is a great ingredient and coconut is a great ingredient. Nuts and seeds is a great ingredient to be added in the modak itself. That will slow down the blood sugar absorption like this. So this is the best way to control your blood sugar levels. Now, second tip is to balance your portion sizes. Now, this is extremely important for blood sugar levels. So, how do we balance it? Is by having half a plate of vegetables that is coming from non-starchy vegetables like dark green leafy vegetables, cruciferous vegetables, all your gourd vegetables, all of that. And then 1/4 of your plate, around 20% should be coming from your proteins, coming from dals or yogurt or eggs or chicken or fish. 5% of your plate should be coming from some healthy fats like coconut or coconut gravies or cashew gravies or ghee or maybe tahini or avocados or olives. Then 1/4 of your plate should be coming from active carbohydrates, which gives you glucose spike, and that is from the rice or wheat or millets, anything like that. Now, this is the balanced plate that will not spike your blood sugar level. So there is an example I'm giving you, and that is you can have like maybe 2 bowls of vegetables. One can be salad and one can be the cooked vegetables, and 1/4 of your plate can be coming from either chicken or fish curry, maybe coconut fish curry. So you have 5% of your coconut and fish along with that, or any other lentil. You can have any dals or dahi, and 1/4 of your plate can be coming from rice or one roti, or maybe any other carbohydrate coming from sweet potato ka tikki or quinoa salad, something like that. So this becomes a balanced plate example here. Now, I'm giving one pro tip here, and that is whenever somebody wants to have any cheat meal, just make sure that you are having a big bowl of vegetable or some form of a protein before you have your cheat meal. That will not actually spike your blood sugar levels. For example, here is that you can have, like, say, a bowl of salad, a big bowl of salad, and a big bowl of dal before you have a puran poli, and drizzle ghee on top of that. That will not spike your blood sugar levels at all, and it will not damage anything in terms of your diet. Second, probably if you're planning to have any farsans, so what you can do is just have small bowl of farsan, like a fried snack, and have nuts along with that, maybe almonds or walnut along with that, so that you're getting omega 3 and omega 6 ratio in balance. So this is how you can balance your meal. Tip number 3 is to not starve yourself to just have the delicacies later. I've seen a lot of people where they will starve themselves throughout the day so that they can have that one cheat meal later in a lot good quantity. Now this is where people go wrong, because overindulgence is also damaging. So just make sure that you are having your regular meals, and before you actually have your cheat meal or before you actually step out of your house, just make sure that you have enough of proteins and fiber rich food before you have anything wrong. This will keep you much in control while you're having your cheat meals. Now, some important tips that you should be taking into consideration when you have your cheat meals and next day what you are supposed to do after you indulge in is that first, that you will not starve yourself after having that food also, because that will again lead to a sudden change in the body and a sudden shock to your body that can increase your stress hormone, and it will lead to bouncing back the weight again and again. So just make sure that you go back to clean eating habits. You eat your meals regularly the way you used to do before you had that cheat meal. So please don't punish yourself by doing that. Second is that just make sure that you're having lighter meals which are rich in fiber, so that your body can flush out all the extra water retention. That means have foods which is rich in fiber and less in calories, like salads. You can have more of vegetables and lots of water containing vegetables coming from gourd vegetables. That will keep your water retention at the lowest, which has happened because of the cheat meals the previous day. Third is that you will make sure that you have good enough omega 3 rich foods, because it will reduce the inflammation that it could have been had because of the cheat meal. So just make sure that to have enough of walnuts or flaxseed or maybe fish the next day, so that your omega 3 is increased and the inflammation goes down. Tip number 4 is to look for healthy alternatives to eat. Now what I mean by saying is that whenever, say for example, you are having any fried food, instead of frying, you can use techniques like maybe grilled or baked or roasted instead of the fried one. That will really do the damage lesser. Second is that you can use natural sugars instead of the sugar or the jaggery, like dates or maybe some fruits, or monk fruit is also a great option. These are the healthy alternatives, but just with these also you have to make sure that you are having some form of proteins or fats or fiber to not spike the blood sugar levels. Example, if you are making a laddu, so just use maybe dates, and along with that you can have coconut and nuts and seeds and ghee on top, so that it's not spiking the blood sugar levels. And say for example, you are making namkeen, so instead of deep frying that, you can maybe look for some other healthier alternatives, like maybe some roasted chana chaat or maybe sprouts chaat or something like that. So this will make a huge difference. Now tip number 5 is eating mindfully. This is such an important tip to follow, because it will really help you to not overeat. Now if you realize that most of the people are actually overeating because of distractions around them, not paying attention completely to your meals, that's why overeating generally happens. Now why this happens is because the stomach gives the signal to your brain only after 20 minutes that it is completely full, so please stop eating. Now in that 20 minutes, if you are going to eat your meals too quickly, it is going to lead to overeating, and you will not even realize that you had such a big meal. So giving attention to your food is so important, not just for your overeating habit, but also for your digestion in general, for not spiking your blood sugar levels. If you have bloating issues, if you have indigestion, this tip is really important. So what are you supposed to do to eat mindfully is that you first will not be distracted with anything which is interfering with your eating practice, like having meal, and along with that watching TV or maybe laptop or some phone or talking to so many people and not realizing how much are you eating. Second is that you have to make sure that you are eating your food slowly. You have to chew your food really slow, and this actually comes with practice. You have to start practicing before you actually get into a cheat meal or any festival. Then watching the food, like seeing the food, the smell of the food, realizing the texture, how you feel inside your mouth, is what is 100% attention that you give in the meal. This is what is the meaning of eating mindfully, and this makes a huge difference in not just overeating but also your digestion and bloating, because your body completely goes in the parasympathetic mode of rest and digest, and it can completely concentrate on the digestion here. So just use this mindfully. Tip number 6 is to not forget to move, and this also makes a huge difference in not spiking your blood sugars, because especially when you have any meal which is rich in carbohydrate and you walk after that, has shown to improve the blood sugar spike. It doesn't spike the blood sugar as much as while you're sitting and eating the carbohydrate. So this makes a huge difference in itself. And along with this, also try to be more active, like doing household chores and other stuff, and be active. Now these two combinations will help you to not spike your blood sugar levels. So this was my 6 tips that will help you to not spike your blood sugar levels. Which is the one which you are going to start off with? Please write it in the comments and let me know. And if you want such more videos on health and nutrition, then please subscribe to my channel now. I'll see you with the next video. Bye bye.